Hello.
Hey, Mike, what's happening?
Oh, not much.
Another day in paradise, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Do you guys got to get up all together at the same time, like they do a roll call or something?
Well, yeah, if you're in the regular housing unit, you do.
Okay. You're
They
not?
have standing count. They have standing count 3 times a day. It's like a wellness count. I don't have to get up.
So you basically can sleep as long as you want?
Yeah, I got a butler, one of the porters. I pay him to take care of me. Guess what his name is?
Huh. No idea.
William Gambino Jr.
Huh? Sounds a little Italian to me.
Yeah, Gambino crime family.
Right?
I mean, he's one of the grandkids.
Yeah.
Or maybe even great grandkids. I don't know. He's probably 50. He's as old as me.
Huh. Interesting. Well,
Not as old as me.
I got a topic today.
Okay.
I want to talk about Shane.
Okay.
You told me a little bit about him and some of the stuff, but we didn't really get into too many details. I was just wondering if we could talk about that. And also, is all this stuff that you're telling me going to go into your book?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you talk about like Messer and Doan and even Shane and some of these other ones, you don't have any fear of any repercussions from that, either from law enforcement or from the individuals themselves?
No. Not at all. I'm just gonna say this right out. Vincent Doan and Jared Messer are fucking clowns. Jared Messer has told on probably 20 to 30 people. I mean, for sure told on them. It's in their fucking discovery. Ain't nobody gonna take his. You understand what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I looked him up last night. He has a Facebook page. It looks like he just got out of prison. But boy, he looks young. He looks young.
He's I can't remember, but I think he was. Well, that might be his son now. There is a Jared Jr.
Okay.
Does he look super young, like maybe 30-ish?
Yeah.
35?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the son.
Okay, so he got in trouble. He got in some trouble too, obviously, because he just got out of jail.
Yeah, he was here and right before I got here, and I don't know who he pissed off. They beat the fuck out of him and took everything he owned from him.
Yeah.
That's called scraping somebody when you do that. So typically that's only done if somebody tells on somebody. But they could have done it, I guess, because of his dad telling.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I will look more into him just because I reread the emails that me and Vince shared a couple years ago. I was just trying to see what he said and do a little research, but there was nothing in there that I found extraordinary. I did go to his website where he mentions you as another suspect in Carrie's disappearance, but he doesn't mention anybody else.
Yeah, well, they started that shit when I was literally in the county jail. They started that shit up.
Why? Just because you're an easy
problems on,
Yeah, is it because you had got convicted of killing somebody and you were just a easy target for them to blame?
Yeah, but I wasn't even convicted yet. I don't even think I'd been indicted yet.
Okay.
It had just come out that I'd been charged with it.
Okay.
Yeah, they jumped right the fuck on that skateboard, for lack of a better term. I will say this, and this is going to sound however it sounds. I can tell you're no dummy at all, but forensic psychiatrist saved my life. He used the information from my Elizabeth and that my mitigation specialist did, and they wrote a 160-some page book about me. And this forensic psychiatrist got in a car wreck and got killed like 2 or 3 weeks later.
Wow.
After he wrote his opinion. But he said that my IQ is so high it can't be measured. But he said I don't have a normal IQ. He said I was a criminal genius. Now, I mean, take that however anybody wants to take it, because they have not never proved nothing on me. I gave them I told them I did that shit. You understand what I mean?
Right.
As far as them going out and just
Finding it on their own.
well, I mean, they found that by their garage, but I didn't own that building.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the old man that owned that building is one of his son's ex-wife. They found down there I'm not sure if it was on the Scioto River or the Ohio River. Somebody picked up a rock and bashed her fucking brains out and left her lay. And this is funny because old man Charlie Maddox said that his son was home asleep on the couch, and then Lawrence Baker tried saying that about Vince.
Yeah.
And didn't get it off. And then Lawrence Baker wasn't as smart as everybody thought he was, because they got him on the fucking stand and had him going, yeah. Because he said this. He said that he heard that she was dealing with drug dealers in Hillsborough, Ohio, and all this and all that. And that is not how he should have responded to a missing young lady in the town where he lived at all.
Right.
How anybody should respond. You don't know where they are. You wish they would contact somebody so someone knows they're okay, because you're extremely worried. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. It plays for the jury.
Well, I mean, saying bad stuff about a person that's most likely dead is not going to win you no cool points with nobody, I don't think.
Right. Oh, I get it. All right. Well, let's talk about Shane. Tell me everything you know about him as a person. You said you've known him for a long time. He hung around your shop or something when he was younger. He was, 35 when he went missing, so that's a lot of time to get to know somebody.
Well, he got the neighbor lady's daughter pregnant, and they had a daughter, but I don't know whatever went with her. She was like a baby beauty pageant winner when she was little. I don't know whatever happened over after that, but Shane was a printing press operator. He knew how to run all those printing presses. He could make big money. But his dad was sort of a wannabe dope dealer. And his dad had dope around, and I don't know if he gave Shane dope or Shane stole the dope or whatever. But by the time Shane graduated high school, he was pretty much of a pill head and a weed head. So one thing led to another, and he was hooked on meth real bad. And he just kept breaking in my shop. And I don't know why anybody would think it was cool to break into anything that belonged to me. He kept breaking in my shop. And me and him got into a fight. And I even split my dude's head, Sean Deardoff. I punched him and split his fucking head. Probably a good 2 inches or better long. I beat the shit out of Shane, and then we broke the fight up. Sean Deardoff broke the fight up, and then we went out in the back of the shop behind the office to get high or whatever. And somebody hit me in the head with something. I don't know if it was a big, long half-inch drive extension or a breaker bar or a torque wrench or what. They hit me in the head, and I don't remember. After that, I remember, like, coming to my senses, and they were both knocked out, and I helped Sean up. Shane, I don't know if it broke his neck or what, but Shane was dead. I mean, when they hit me with that thing, I guess it scared me. To be teetotally 1,000% honest with you, it scared me. You know what I mean? So, I mean, this is my shop. Somebody hit me in the head with my tools, and I was not cool with that. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, so, I mean, but you just got into an argument in the beginning about him breaking into your shop. I mean, how did you know it was him? Did he admit to it?
He was there when we went there.
Okay.
He was there when we went there, and then, okay, people like Sean worked for me, and another dude worked for me too, and I can't remember his name. But just say if you worked for me and you went and got car lot accounts to do their mechanic work or body work or whatever. Well, you do their work and keep their money, and then help me with all the work I had to do. And on Friday, we'd see who owed who.
Okay.
Well, Shane stole a fucking dealer tag off of a car that was in the shop. And keep in mind, I had padlocks on all my garage doors. Cut the fucking lock off my garage door so I could get around there. Stole the dealer tag off the fucking car that was on one of Sean's accounts. Made Sean lose the account because the fucking sheriff's calling this man that owns this car lot. At 3 o'clock in the morning, he has to get up and get dressed and go down there and get his fucking dealer tag. And he was pissed, ain't the fucking word for it. So, you know, Sean was madder than I was. But, I mean, the motherfucker can only take so much. It don't make no difference who they are.
Right.
The Lord, that bitch has got big feet. This that garage squad's on TV, and they got a real pretty blonde there. She got big feet as I got, I think. Don't fuck with no problem, no big feet. My old lady wears a size 5, but
So, well, what happened then when you guys caught him in there? You just got into a big argument, all three of you, or you and Sean confront him and say, "What the fuck?"
yeah, we confronted him, and then I don't know. At first, it started off me trying to get Sean off of him because Sean was beating the fuck out of him. And Sean that may even be why he died. I don't know. Sean Deardoff was a black belt in Constatuma Dojo Korean karate, so he may have even done something. I mean, I don't know.
Right.
But I was trying to get him off of him. I said, "You're fucking killing me." You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then I don't know if Sean hit me with something because he was mad because I made him quit beating on him. Sean was one of them real quiet motherfuckers. one of them real quiet guys that will kill you. You follow what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, they're the ones that you got to look out for.
Yeah, real quiet. But anyway, when it was all said and done, Sean's head was split where I hit him. My head was split where whoever the fuck hit me. And my old lady at the time was a nurse, but she had lost her license due to, drug convictions and whatever, but she was a registered nurse. And she super glued my head together and super glued Sean's head together. And Sean died, I don't know, 2 to 3 years or so after I got put in prison. He did a little bit of time, I think, in Chillicothe. And somebody, I can't even remember who the fuck told me he died. Probably my Elizabeth probably told me he died.
Well, what happened with Shane? He's just laying there inside your shop, and you two kind of are like, what the fuck did happen? What should we do? Or how does that play out?
We picked him up and put him in a 55-gallon drum, but this wasn't one like I put my wife in that the top came off and on with the band. This was one that I had air chiseled the top out of, and I can't even remember why I did that.
Why you put him in that, or why'd you chisel that open?
I can't remember why I chiseled the top out of that barrel. Can't remember at all. Because in a shop, you got one barrel you put antifreeze in, one barrel you put motor oil in, one barrel you put transmission fluid in. You got to keep all that shit separate and all that. But anyway, we put him in that drum, and then after I made Sean, I told him, I said, take my pickup truck and go get fucking cleaned up. And where did he go? Instead of going to Mary's, where I told him to go to get his egg glued together, he went to Lisa's house, and there were some people there, and that's the one that ended up telling on me. He told him that he knew for sure. This fucking young kid told him that he knew for sure. They caught him with a bunch of pills or whatever. He knew for sure that I killed Shane Newhouse at my garage and his body was there. But when they went to search, Shane Newhouse wasn't there, but that big fucking stinking fucking child molesting bitch Cindy was.
Yeah, I was reading about her. Why are they saying in the newspapers that she was your girlfriend?
I have no clue.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I've seen it over and over. I guess it just made me sound worse. Oh, that guy killed his wife and his girlfriend.
Right.
I mean, if you want, you tell me a time. I'm going to talk to her tonight at 6. I'll have my girlfriend call you. You can ask her how I treated her if you want.
No.
Ow.
No, that's all right.
No, I mean, I'm serious.
What was, do you remember what Shane was wearing or anything like that?
I don't. I mean, probably some kind of jeans or some kind of t-shirt, I would imagine.
Yeah. But you didn't beat him with anything other than your fists?
Huh?
You didn't beat him with an object, just your fists?
No. No object. No object.
Just kicking them and hitting them?
You got to realize. Huh?
Just kicking them and hitting them?
You got to realize at that time I was 280, 300 pounds, 6'2". I could take a transmission out of a vehicle on my lift, push it over to my transmission bench and take the torque converter out, and I could pick this transmission up off this lift, this jack, which was about waist high or so, put it on the bench, put the C-clamp on that goes to my transmission fixture, put it in the transmission fixture all by myself. Have you ever picked an automatic transmission up or a transaxle?
Nope.
heavy. Really, really
I
heavy.
bet. I bet. Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of guys that are big and strong and can fight and stuff. It doesn't, I mean, unless that kid is not fighting back at all. I mean, there's, how often had you beat somebody to death? I'm guessing not a lot.
I think it's happened more than once. But I don't know if it broke his neck or what. I know 9 times out of 10, my friend Bubba Lou got beat to death down Stonk down here in A1, housing unit called A1 down here. And what kills people that get beat to death is not the beating they got, but their brain swells inside their skull, and it doesn't have anywhere to go, and that's what kills them.
Was Shane saying anything, while this was going on, or when he was laying there?
Well, not when he was laying there at the end, no, but yeah, at first for a while he was saying stuff, but I don't know.
Was he fighting back?
He was trying to. I mean,
does that one bother you at all?
yeah, it does. It does bother me.
Why?
It does bother me. Well, it bothers me. He's seen me do all kinds of shit. Shoot people, beat people down or whatever. Why would he keep going back in my shop when I told him, did he want me to kill him?
Right.
That's what bothers me. Does that make any kind of sense to you?
I mean, a little bit. It seems like whenever we start talking about details on these murders, you do seem to like to have some remorse, even though you say sometimes you don't. I kind of hear it. I'm not a psychologist, but I kind of hear it in your voice a little bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, it depends on who you're talking about and what
right,
what the deal was and all that. But I had no intentions of killing Shane.
Right.
And I had no out of body experience with Shane. I mean, when that out of body experience shit starts, believe it or don't believe it, you're a grown man, you're going to believe what you want to believe. But that, I kind of don't have no control over what's going on no more. But I didn't have that with Shane. I guess, I don't know. You just get so mad, you just don't realize. I know one time Marty, I'm beating the fuck out of a dude in the bar. And she, I've always had long hair, pretty much. She pulled a big handful of my hair out. She's like, come on, let's get the fuck out of here. You killed this motherfucker. You're killing him. Let's go. Because we were in a bar down where I grew up at, and everybody knew me. I don't know if it's fair that if I let up, the other person's going to get. I don't know what it is, and I'm not bullshitting you either. I really don't.
Right. Well, what goes through your mind after you put Shane in this drum? Is it an automatic response to get rid of a body just because it's the most natural thing to do to not get caught?
That is in my mind, and I'm thinking, this is fucking bad. Everybody's gonna know who did this. This is fucking great. This is fucking wonderful. You know what I mean?
Well, you certainly felt that way, I'm sure, with Marty, for sure, right?
Yeah.
Because that's
who. That way about Shane too.
You did.
Yeah.
Why did you think that everybody would know it was you? Just because everybody knew he was breaking into your shop?
because he basically hung out at 3 places. And he basically wasn't allowed it, really wasn't wanted or allowed at 2 of them. One of them was at this dude, can't think of his real name. There's a bunch of them Rhodeses, Rhodes, that was in that little meth ring back then that I was in. And one of them they called Weasel, and he lived in Belfast. Well, he wasn't allowed to hang out at Weasel's no more because he kept stealing shit off Weasel. And people knew that I had beef with him. And then the other guy he hung out with lived right there in Hillsboro, and his name was Brad Fordyce. And he was like the heir to this big printing company. But his dad was still alive and shit. Shane hung out there a lot. So it's kind of like it's sort of a deal where if Shane ain't at my shop and he ain't at Weasel's and he ain't at Fordyce's, where the fuck is he? See what I'm saying?
Right. So it's...
He didn't have a vehicle.
Yeah.
He didn't have a vehicle.
Well, that makes it easy. You don't have to get rid of a vehicle, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, you put him in this drum. Was your thought all along to burn him, or is it just a waiting game? I'm going to put him in here, get my thoughts together, put him in the shed, and try to think this thing through, or did you knew right away?
No, I burnt bodies before, so I put the fluid in there and covered him up. You couldn't see him, you know. You couldn't see that it was a person. And then I put a board on top of the drum and stacked some tires on top of it. Because that burning bodies like that works better if you soak them in the, whatever you're going to burn them in, diesel fuel, jet fuel. Diesel fuel and jet fuel is the same thing. Jet fuel is just cleaner than diesel fuel. It's more pure. But whatever you soak them in, you got to soak them in it so it gets like in their skin and whatever and wherever. Because you can't just do it right away. It doesn't work that well. It doesn't work near as well as it does if you soak them. Or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't know.
Right.
And I'm not cussing at you. I'm just, you know what I mean? What a mess I made out of my life.
Well, we'll get into that sometime too. I want to talk about what you what you feel about how your life went and what would have been different about it. But how long did you keep Shane in this shed before you burned him?
Let's see. I think all that shit went on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. And not that Friday, but the next Friday I burn him. And it takes all night and all day. It takes about 36 hours to burn it all the way up. And what I always did, excuse me, I would burn them, and then once it started burning down, I would put brush and shit in the top of the barrel. But this is a really gross part. You can kind of taste that shit when it's burning. Like, have you ever been anywhere where they was rendering lard off of a hog or anything like that?
No, I mean, I butchered hogs before.
Well, you can kind of taste that grease.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Right. All right. Well, if you want to call me back?
Yeah, I'll call you back.
All right.
Hello?
Yo, so keep going what you were saying. You can almost taste that, like...
Yeah. You can taste it.
Did anybody else know that, besides Sean, that he was in that garage?
No, I mean, not for sure, no.
No? How about when you started burning? Any suspicion upon you then?
No, because it was cold enough that the windows and stuff was shut. And my 2 next door neighbors were really old, like in their 80s. And then the other side of the garage, we had a big field. a big open field. And across the street was a big open field.
Did you get paranoid afterwards, after you burned him? You know, like wondering, when are the police going to come talk to me, or Shane's family going to come talk to me? Do I have to get my story straight, or does that not even cross your mind?
They didn't say anything to me about that. They kept saying something to me about that Cindy, but they didn't say anything about Shane until after that all came out. And then they started saying shit like, you might as well tell us now because you're like going to come out right when you're getting out of prison, blah, blah, blah. I could have got a manslaughter pretty easy on Cindy. People didn't really like Cindy at all. And my attorney came and represented me because Cindy ripped her dad off, just destroyed one of his rental properties. And to quote her, she said Cindy was a piece of shit.
Yeah. Well, put me in your brain. If you've killed, let's say, I don't know, 20, 40 people, or maybe even if it was only 5 people, whatever it is, you get rid of these bodies. Here's 3 of them. You have Cindy, you have Marty, and you have Shane, all within, a couple years of each other, but you put them in different, you put them in different locations. Why did you do that instead of putting them all in one location?
I think it fucked me up killing them women. I didn't want to burn them women. I didn't want to chop them up. I've never killed a woman before. Excuse me, before that. And I think that's what got me caught, really. I mean, I've killed, I don't know how many people, like, figure out that's the right one. I got a picture of them. Shoot them from out the window of a car from across the street, out the window of a van from across the street, and fucking haul ass, leave them lay where they fell.
Oh, okay.
But obviously, you can't do that in a piece of property that you own. You can't just leave the dead motherfucker lay there.
Right.
Excuse my mouth.
No.
Excuse my French, as they say.
I got you. So I was reading a newspaper report about Marty's death, and it said that she had ligatures around her throat and her feet, and she had a Confederate flag shoved down her throat. Is that true?
No, not true at all.
Is that right?
It's not true at all.
Have you heard that
Who
before?
said that? I hadn't heard that one yet. Who said that? What newspaper?
I actually think it was I'm not sure. It was a police report. I think I read a trial transcript or something. I'll have to look for sure and get back to you on it.
She had a red shop rag in her mouth. You know what a shop rag is?
Yeah.
Okay, she had like at a garage, and you turn them in. You turn your uniforms in to get them clean. You turn the rags in, and they give you clean ones.
Yeah.
I tied her hands and feet together with wire ties because I put her in that barrel by myself. That should tell you how strong I was. I mean, she didn't weigh that much. She probably weighed like a buck, between $1.15 and $1.20. But still, picking up a person is like the hardest thing in the world to pick up.
Oh yeah, dead weight is
like picking up a 120-pound water balloon. Excuse me for interrupting you.
No, I was saying, I know dead weight is very hard to handle.
Yeah.
But you didn't, it says, well, what I read was that she had ligatures around her throat, that she was choked with ligatures.
No, that ain't true.
Okay.
I told you I killed her with my thumb, bub.
Yeah, I know what you told me. I'm just telling you what I'm reading here to try to get some clarity, that's all.
Yeah, I mean, you're fine, but I'm just saying,
I think it's funny how the newspapers or other things twist things. You go from a red shop rag to a Confederate flag, so as like a criminal profiler or a detective, in my mind, I'm trying to think of, well, is there significance for somebody to place a Confederate flag down somebody's throat, or if it was just like with Cynthia, a weapon of opportunity, and you grab a knife. So I just have a lot of these things going through my mind, and I just try to make sense of it. And that's the only reason.
I don't think I could think of why they might have said that. They might have been trying to make me have a hard time when I got to prison. But I got three biracial kids. So you would never find no Confederate flag in my house, my car, my truck, no, my record, my nothing.
Okay. No, I will. I'm gonna certainly look for where I found that, and I'm gonna send that to you, or at least send you how I found it, so you know.
Well, I believe that it said that. I believe that 100% that it said that. But since I got shot in the back in 1989, it said man shot in back and bar, blah, blah, blah. Then the next one that came out said man shot in back, not isolated event. Iron Horsemen and Outlaws have a shootout at Dick's Brew and Q, so on and so forth. But since that happened, since I got shot in the back the first time, I've made the front page of the paper Associated Press probably at least 40 times.
With your name?
Well, fuck yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know if it was just like a killing that was on the front page, but they didn't have a suspect or something.
I mean, this book, they're all in there. This lady that's helped me with this book has got a double master's, but she is a researcher like no other. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And when you say they're all in there, what's in there? All your murders, or you mean all the headlines?
I mean, just all different shit. Three-part series on serial killer Michael Fogt. Is Michael Fogt a Highland County serial killer? Blah blah blah.
Yeah, I read that
came out when my Elizabeth was she was in rehab in Phoenix Rehab in Iron. She read that to me.
And you certainly you disagree with that 100%, that you are not a serial killer.
Well, I mean, I suppose there's some truth to that, but I'm saying, like, don't serial killers have a certain MO? They kill a certain kind of people. They do it a certain way. I mean, I've killed people with screwdrivers and fucking hammers and...
Well, yeah, I know what you mean. Technically, a definition of a serial killer is 3 or more murders with a significant time gap or cooling off period in between each murder. So if you go by definition, it would fit you.
I suppose.
But I know what you mean. You're not a sexual. That's how people look at serial killers usually, as they're a sexual like predator, and they prey on women and they rape them and assault them and strangle them, and that's certainly not you.
No.
But does that word serial killer, does that bother you, that when you die, that your family and your kids and stuff, you're probably going to be known as that?
I mean, at the end of the day, it don't really bother me, because the people that said that stuff don't know me. And I just always looked at a serial killer as a person that made a game out of killing people. Like that BTK weirdo motherfucker. He killed people that lived like a block or two from his fucking house.
Right.
Jim's got to be the dumbest cop that ever sucked air around there, wherever it was. I can't remember where it was. So you did, you emailed that lady and she said she would get a hold of me?
Yeah.
The publisher lady? Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
She asked me some questions. She's like, I received the submission, but thanks for letting me know. What does he want? What's he looking to write about? And I said, hey, to be honest with you, I just started talking to him. I know he said something about how child abuse has affected him, but there's a lot more to it. I said, but you're best to contact him or one of his representatives to tell you more. And she said, all right, I will.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm done with it. Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. My dad was a deputy sheriff for a good portion of my childhood. I don't know if that is unique or if that's common, or I don't know.
Well, let me ask you this. Would, of any of the murders that you did, or maybe you didn't do, but you know of, without giving me anybody's name, would you be able to tell me where there's a body located that nobody knows about, but it's there?
I mean, would I be able to tell you, or am I going to tell you?
Well, either or. How about that?
I could tell you, but I'm not going to.
And would that be somebody that you killed or somebody else?
No, somebody I killed. I never had. The only time anybody's ever else around when I killed somebody or when I was involved in killing somebody was the Newhouse fiasco. But they found Sean Deardoff 2 or 3 years after I was in prison, maybe 4 years. They found him at the stoplight with his foot on the brake, with a needle hanging out of his arm, dead. That fentanyl's some bad shit. It's killed a lot of people, I know.
Yeah. Well, they're never going to find Shane's body or anything. I mean, that burns the bones and everything, right? That jet fuel.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, but there's a lot of bodies I burnt, but there's other bodies that you can't burn. And there, you know what I mean? There's one body, I can't fucking believe I never heard nothing about it.
Was that Weasel?
Huh?
Weasel?
Well, that one, I can't believe I never found that one. But also, behind the gas station in Illinois, I put somebody in an empty barrel behind the gas station, put the top on it and cinched it down, and I never heard a word about that. Nobody ever said nothing about it. It was never on the national news. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. But I've always been told by my hillbilly family that I got that shit house. What?
Was that a guy or a girl? I'm guessing it was a guy, right?
That's the guy. I don't ever kill 2 women.
Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry, I forgot.
I wasn't big on killing the women shit.
Well, Illinois, I don't think you mentioned to me ever being there. What's going on in Illinois that you were there?
Somebody paid me to do a hit,
and somebody
was behind the gas station with a prostitute, and the prostitute was one of my prostitutes. And I told her to go get in the car. I need to talk to this guy.
How long ago was that?
Let's see. Before I got shot, the first time I got shot in the back was 1/13/89. It's before that, probably in 1988. You know, I've never written anything down ever.
Well, yeah.
Real dumb.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but one of the things that I obviously, I'm not telling you what to do. Like you say, you're a grown man, you do what you want. But some of these families that may, need closure or resolution to their cases, I think it would be important that maybe you tell a couple of these families what's up and what you maybe did and before you die, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, some of them, I can't remember their names.
Sure, I know. But I can help you there because if you can feed me some leads, like, hey, gas station, Illinois, a certain date or whatever, maybe I can track them down and I can help you. And in turn, me and you together can help some of these families, even though the victim might have been a piece of shit in a lot of people's eyes. They're never a piece of shit usually in their family's eyes.
Yeah. I wouldn't know where to start.
Well, why don't you just think on it, tonight, and maybe you don't want to.
What happened?
Yeah, I mean, you might not want to talk about it, but if you do, let me know and we can.
Okay.
So, all right. Well, that's all I got today, man. How about you? You want to talk about anything else before we end it?
Well, I got this cold, man. I'm not feeling super duper good.
Yeah, I could tell.
May have a medical round trip Wednesday. I'm not sure yet.
Okay. Well, I will I'll send you a message and we'll schedule for some time this week, but won't make anything firm right now.
All right. Thanks, man.
All right, Mike. You get better, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Thank you for using.
So I always get the question, how do you become a cold case detective? Ken Mains, how did you become a cold case detective? Well, I had that in mind a long time ago, over 10 years ago, and I got the answer right here. Mastering Cold Case Investigations, a guidebook for detectives. I wrote this 550-page behemoth for that purpose. Because when I was in high school, when I was in college, and then when I became a detective, I wanted to know more about cold cases, why they go cold, why are they unsolved? Is it evidence? Is it lack of determination? Is it perseverance? Is it politics? All the above. Well, I set the answer to all those questions in my new book. It's been 10 years of research, writing, jotting down things. I knew that I was going to write this book eventually, and it finally has come to a head where I'm able to actually get it done, get it published by Unsolved No More Publishing, and get it out to you. So who's this book for? It's for detectives. It's for amateur detectives. It's for college students, academia, forensics. The topics I cover in this book, from what is a cold case, victimology, research, crime scene location, criminal profiling, conflict, greed, sex and revenge, possibilities versus probabilities. That is huge in this book. I go through that a lot because that's the basis and foundation of my methodology. Evidence, sketches. Of course, you have affirmations. Why should you listen? Social media, the rule of psychology, equivocal deaths, modus operandi, signature, legal and ethical considerations in cold cases, integrity, involving as a cold case detective, serial killers, missing persons, domestic violence, exposing myths, premeditation versus spontaneous, confidential informants, wrongly convicted, clandestine graves, you name it. I cover it in here. 550-page hardcover textbook. And along with all those topics, I also wanted to do case studies, especially case studies on confessions. Why? Because you can learn so much from confessions. At the end of the book, I go in great detail about killers in general who have confessed, why they did it, and what we can learn That's always the most important thing, what we can learn from them and move forward and apply what we learned on that case to a future case. So I have all that. I tried to incorporate as much as I could, and there's a lot in there about real life cases that I have worked on and I have either solved or learned something from. And I'll tie that to a specific chapter. Along with tips, certain things that I think you should look for in certain areas. It's a great book to learn from, but it's not just for active law enforcement members, private investigators, defense attorneys. Everybody can learn from this book, and that is what is motivated me to write this. Is I want people to learn. I am tired of seeing wrongfully convicted people. I'm tired of the politics of district attorneys' offices and state police and local jurisdictions who either don't have the resources to do it or they just pass it off because they don't know how, they don't want to, they don't have the desire, the determination. And all that does is affect the victims and the victims' families. And I see it time and time again. You will see endorsements and affirmations from victims' family members in here who I've worked with in the past because they are the most important people. To pass off what I have learned to you so you can be a great investigator, you can be a great detective, and you can solve cases just like I do. Get your copy now. I'll sign it. I'll get it out to you and start learning. That way we can start solving cold cases together.